True or false? You can really make friends at parties. Tip number 1. Don't look for friends at parties. I've heard loads of people tell me like, oh, invite me to more parties, I want to meet people. And I'd say instead of going to parties, go for more like, or still go for parties, but go for more like organization events or things you're interested in, or like smaller kickbacks. Because at parties, most people are probably drunk, so they're probably not even going to remember you. You're not going to have actual conversation. Yes, I'm wearing a bathrobe because I just thought of this idea, and procrastination, if I didn't film it now, I was never going to film it. I'd still say go for parties though, but not to make friends, just to have fun and for other reasons, because it's still a good conversation opener if you see someone at a party and end up seeing them later, like, oh, you were at that party last week, yeah, what do you think, blah 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 blah. Tip number 2, have at least 2 interactions before you judge someone. So going back to the party example, which you shouldn't do in the first place, if you meet someone at a party, don't use that to judge your compatibility with that person. Like whenever I meet people, I still try to see them in another setting and properly have a conversation with them before deciding like, oh yeah, I could see us being friends and things like that. The reason I do that is because I know sometimes if you meet me, I can be more like, I don't know, it just depends on how you meet me. Like I wouldn't necessarily want you just thinking that's how I am because of that first time. Sometimes I just don't talk, and that's not me. Tip number 3, focus on retention. Initially, yes, try to meet as many people as possible, but then I'd say it becomes a curve. Like you put in loads of effort, and obviously it drops the more like genuine friendships you have and the more comfortable you are with people. But then you should still be putting in effort, especially on special days to them, like their birthdays or anything that matters to them. Just try to put in intention with your friendships, especially because we're in uni. Like in college, everyone's schedules are different, so it's very important to actually like take time out for your friends, or actually try to meet up, not just trying to run into each other on the bus or like hoping to have a class with someone. Set out actual time to be with your friends. Tip number 4, show up for your friends. Guys, if your friend invites you somewhere, like, and especially if it's something that means something to them, so say they're the exec of an organization, or they're planning something, or it's like a research thing they're presenting, or they're acting, singing, anything that means something to them and you're free, go as long as it's like feasible. Obviously not every single time, especially if you've gone for certain things of theirs, but still try your best. But even if it might seem like, oh, it's something that's not that deep like to you, or it's just not something you're interested in, as long as it won't hurt you to go, like mentally, physically, anyway, I'd say still go. My school was having this like Beyonce party. It was by this organization, and the turnout was just horrible. Like in fact, there was no turnout except like, I don't know, I'd say there were 20 people max, and me and my friends were like half of that. Okay, no, probably like 5 of that, like a quarter of that. But like my friend had initially, like she wanted to go anyway because like she's a Beyonce super stan, and I wasn't doing anything, so it was like, why not? And as long as I can stay late, I don't mind. And it's like, that is really something that's not deep. Like I know she would not have been annoyed if I left. Like she's still little things like that. Really. Guys, I'm a psychology major, like I know what I'm saying. Here are some quick fire tips. Number 1, get off TikTok. Get off your bed, go out, get off TikTok. You don't need a big TV grownish type friend group. You really don't. Stop pining for that. It can happen, but you don't need it. Focus on genuine connections with the individual person. Don't neglect all your daily routines and like all those small moments. I know I talked about intentionality earlier. Just walking back home with someone, studying with someone, those smaller things that you might not necessarily need to like plan like ages in advance. Like you can still build someone into your routine. Yes, this all applies even if you're an introvert. Obviously, I know people have social anxiety. There are other factors that will affect things, but these were mostly just meant to be tips, not a formula. Do this, and you'll have 5,000 friends. Like, obviously, that's not realistic. Our brains are hardwired to make social connections, even if you're introverted. Humans are social creatures by default, by nature, guys. Oh, the sun is setting. No! Thanks for watching then, I guess, because the sun is leaving me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, see you in my next one. Bye!